Welcome to another episode of the Wandering Watercolor. My name is Constantine, and today we will be working on the 9th page of the Cute Dog Watercolor coloring book. It's a book that I hand make, so if you purchase it from me, thank you. I appreciate you. And any feedback is always appreciated. I love hearing what people have to say so I can continuously make the product better. This is the book. You can't really see it from there. I'll show it on the other camera. But yeah, everything will be in the description. If you didn't buy a book, that's fine. You don't have to. I would appreciate you if you do, but you don't have to. You can just pause the video, watch, see the image, and then sketch it out, and then continue playing the video when you're ready to paint with us. And let's jump over to the drawing board. Or I guess the painting board. So this is the 9th page. This is what the actual book looks like, and it's 10 pages on the inside, and then obviously you just scan or go to the website for these videos. Anyway, also I am using my own paint. I do make my own paint. If you're interested in purchasing that'll also be in the description. But otherwise, any paint works, as well as any brush. You don't obsess about getting a specific kind of brush. As long as you're comfortable painting, literally any brush works. I got this one from Walmart. It was very cheap. And then having a mixing surface, usually a dish, like a porcelain or a glass, something where you can mix your paint on top of, and a scrap piece of paper. Any paper really works. And then a rag or a paper towel if you don't have a cotton rag like I do. So yeah. That's pretty much it. We will start by getting some of the yellow ochre. If you don't have yellow ochre in your palette, just grab some brown and some yellow and a little bit of brown, some yellow and some white, and then see. I don't need brown. I'm just doing what I'm explaining to do because I'm explaining it as I'm doing it. But yeah, to mix the yellow ochre, because that's how you'll get a similar color. And then basically we're just going to get a bunch. So with this one, there's not a lot of detail, and the dog itself doesn't have a lot of different colors or markings. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go a little more expressive with it this time, because we have this big background, and yeah, so we can practice a little bit with splatters. Splatters always make paintings more interesting, more dynamic, specifically for watercolor and other mediums, but with watercolor it works really nicely. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lay in, and we're not worried about being right inside the lines. We're just going to lay those colors in, lay that in, and then we're going to grab it, and then we're going to go like this, like that, and then I'm going to grab some water and just go like that. And then fill in some over here, for the rest of the face. Grab some water. The muzzle itself is white, and there's a little bit of color underneath, but there's white parts around it. So just like that. And then the underbelly is also white. Yeah, interesting markings, or I guess the way that it kind of goes. And then add more pigment, and then just kind of make some more bold marks. And the light is coming this way, so I'm just gonna go like that. Maybe a little bit right here. Okay. And maybe just grab a little more and just kind of just do some more splatters. Maybe underneath. And then to add a base for where the dog is sitting on, we're just going to grab some dark blue, some black, dark black, And mix that up. And then just go just like this. The shadow is going that way. And just makes just some quick strokes. One of the main reasons I started making these is so that myself, along with other artists that I know, you just practice, because you're not worried about ruining a sketch or a drawing that you made. You can just practice over and over, making different marks. You don't really need to paint this one exactly as I do, but I do encourage people to just try being more loose and splattery and like not worried about being 100% inside of the line. It can give a lot of character to painting or a drawing. So here what I'm doing is I just grabbed a little bit of the yellow ochre and the dark black blue mix that we made. The reason being is I'm going to use this as the color for the underbelly. So the shadow basically. Like that. And maybe have a little bit right here. Like that. And then rinse off my brush, dry it off, and then soften up some of those shadows. Just like that. Okay. This is coming together very quickly. Obviously, since there's no background and the markings on the dog are rather simple. So we're gonna grab some red, and then if you don't have yellow ochre, you can grab a little bit of yellow. And the reason being is we're mixing kind of like a fleshy pink, more like a salmon pink, for the ears. So we're just gonna go like that, just a quick line, doesn't have to be perfect, or like a quick fill in, and a little bit on the nose right there. There we go. Perfect. And while a bunch of the whole image is drying, I am just going to get some brown, just straight brown. I'm not gonna mix it or dilute it or anything. I'm just gonna get some straight brown, and I'm just gonna go right in for the eyeball. Oh, don't mess it up though. Go slowly. Okay, I'm just gonna let that dry. And then one more element that we can add to this whole thing is just grab some blue, some cobalt blue if you have it, or something lighter, like lighter blue. And then I'm just gonna do a couple lines just straight like this. Like that, just kind of like that. Maybe get a little bit of water. The reason being is it almost gives the illusion of like a sun rays or light rays. It doesn't necessarily have to be from the sun, just kind of like going down. And rinse off my brush. I'm gonna get a little more red, a little more yellow. Kind of mix that in, okay. And then I'm gonna do an outline right there to show that there's depth to the ear. And then maybe a little bit on the nose right there because of shadow. Okay. Then gonna grab the yellow ochre right there, a little bit of brown. Looks good. Gonna add some shadow right here, like that. And over here. Maybe like that. Kind of outlining some of the facial features. Behind the ear. And then maybe a little bit right here for the arm, or front leg I should say. Definitely the back one back here, because that one is all in shadow. Okay, and step back for a moment, take a look at it. See, you can definitely get the idea that there's... Well, actually, I might add a little more right here. There we go. You definitely get the idea that there's light coming from this way. Rinse that off. And then grab a little bit of black. Too much black. With the blue, mix it in. And go in a little bit more here. Just a little more detail. Maybe a darker spot. Maybe a little bit of outline. Over here a little bit. Maybe some texture for the fur on the underbelly. Now remember, these colors that I'm laying down, as you can tell over time, they appear lighter as they dry. And dry that, or rinse my brush, and let me take a look at this. See, I actually really like this one. I'm not going to do anything else to it. I really like how it looks. It looks expressive, there's enough contrast, there's detail, there's color. I like it. Yeah, we're just going to go with that. Okay, so that was, wow, that was probably the quickest tutorial I've done so far. It's like 13 minutes. But yeah, I mean, see, when you work a little more loose and expressive, you can get more done, but also you can get interesting things, you know, like just the marks and the splatters. They all look very interesting, and it's interesting to the viewer. Yeah, I'm interested to see what you've done. Feel free to tag me, because I love seeing what people have done, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere. I just love seeing how people do their own interpretations. It doesn't even have to be the same colors. You know, you can make the dog purple if you want. Yeah. So there's one more page to do in this series, and I will see you on that episode. Thank you.